Hey Bird Brain Gamers, welcome back to the coin series. In today's episode, pennies. I got a ton of them here that I need to go through. I'm probably not going to do all of them today. There are just way too many. So we're going to sort through these. I'm just going to pluck out any pre-80 pennies. And I'm just gonna go through them at a later time. But for this episode, I'm just gonna pull out any penny that's 79 and older. And I'll sort out the good ones, the hard to find ones at a later time. I'm also looking for some 2009s. They weren't super low. There was about 60 million plus made. I could be off, but compared to the years prior and the years after 2009, those were the lower mintage. I'll be looking for San Francisco, double die obverse, double die reverse, errors, Indian heads, wheat pennies, anything. I'm just gonna pull them all out and I'm gonna sort them out later. So let's have a little fun with this pile right here. Alright, so the container I just used is it's an old iced tea container. I just cut a slit on the top. You could use any juice mix container. I just ripped off the label and cut a coin slot, and it's been holding all my pennies. I have a lot more in here. I'm just gonna do that in another video. I'm just gonna do these for today. There are just way too many, and I'm gonna put them in rolls as well later on. Let's see if we find anything good in this pile. Alright. So right off the bat, this one's popping out. We got a King George from Canada. Yeah, this is a Canadian. Wow, 1942. Holy moly. Let's see if we can see this. (1942) Canada. Oh, that's a nice start. That's definitely a keeper. I do have several Canadian pennies in my personal collection from sorting through coins in the years past. The pennies that I don't need, I'm just going to throw in a separate bag. I actually have to sort out the pennies anyway, so I'm just going to throw them in the bag. I don't even know honestly how many I have, or how much in pennies I have. A lot of these pennies were found on the streets. My children and I, we would just walk around. Here's a 79. We would just walk, and anytime we see a penny, we just pick it up. And I've gotten them into the habit of doing that. Here's a 73. So a lot of these, I can't even read that. A lot of these are really dirty. You can tell the ones from the streets when they're really dirty. This is a 75. We got a 1963 D. This is a 75. So as I said before, if you're unfamiliar with double die, here's a 77. Double die is essentially an error when the penny is stamped on the machine. The stamp hits the copper, and then it does it again, and sometimes it may be a little off, so it'll look like it's two of the same slightly off. I'll show you pictures in the end of how a double die looks. Here's a 63 Philly. So yeah, double dies, they can have it in the front or back. Here's a 71. There's a lot of key date years, usually the 50s, like 1950 or 55 or the several. I'll post them in the end, some key dates to look for. $73. You want to also look for steel pennies. They're usually from World War II. I believe they were 1940, 43, 4, 5 around there. They were just made out of steel because during the war the copper was needed. It's around those years. Here's a 78, 74. Hunting pennies will probably be the best start if you're new to this. It's the cheapest way to find something that could be worth potential money. You could get a box of pennies from your local bank for $25 and you can have plenty to sort through. There's a 71. 82. Wait. 80. That is 80. Yeah, no, 80. What is this one? Some of these I can barely read. They're in really bad shape. If you find a penny like this color, but from the pre-60s, just hang on to it. Because there's brown pennies, and there's red, and there's half or semi of each. The red ones are usually more popular. They're the more shinier pennies that are older. You can hear my parrot in the background chatting to himself as always. There was an occasion where my children and I were walking on this path and we saw literally like 30 pennies on the floor, and we just all crouched and just started picking them all up. It was hilarious. Here's a 78. We've actually ran into a few places where there was a lot of pennies just poured on the floor, and we always pick them up and bring them home. Here's a 74. 78. So I need to roll these up after I'm done with the whole container, and I'll probably bring them to the bank because they've been sitting in this piggy bank here in the house for at least 2 years. So I do want to exchange them for a box of pennies at some point. That is my plan for these pennies. So the 75. So the ones I'm finding, I'm just keeping right up there. Here's a 63. So the 2009s, if you find any, just hold on to them. They have different, I think there's 5 different types of the backs of them. They're all different Lincolns, like he's sitting on a log, or he's in front of, or there's a picture of his log cabin, or he's in front of I believe the Capitol, or the White House, one of those buildings. Yeah, just hang on to them. They're not like rare low mint, but for that year they were printed in low quantities compared to previous and years after. This one I can't even read. This is all chewed up. This one is odd. Wow. This 93 has an odd glitter on it. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to hold on to this. I don't usually hold on to later ones, but it has this very odd sheen and shine to it. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to get a good view of it. Yeah, this is an odd one. It has this reflection that it's like it changes to blue, and like when it, you probably won't be able to see it good on the camera, but I'm gonna hang on to this. I don't know if there's some kind of oil spill on it or something. It's very odd. I'm just gonna leave that on the side. Yeah, I've never seen I don't know if that's a printing error on the penny or what. It had that weird like holographic reflection on it. It looked very odd, the coloring. There's a 79. 1970 D right here. 72.
Come on.
Let's see if we can get a good view for you guys. This is a 73. It's a little beat up though. 76. I don't usually hold any 70s, but I'm just gonna hang on to them for now, and I'll sort through them more thoroughly later and check for key years or errors on that decade. Essentially, you want to hold any earlier than 1960, but you can hold them after if you want to check for any errors. I mean, I doubt there's much on the key dates, but you always want to check for any errors from those years, or research at least on Google. This is a 73D. '72. 1960D. Not bad. 77. 79. I remember I found in a yard sale Indian head. I don't remember what I paid for it. It was probably, I don't know, I paid a few cents. It wasn't much. The gentleman was a coin collector, and he was selling some of his off. It wasn't that great, the ones he was selling. I know he kept his good ones, but I rarely see like coins and yard sales. That was the only guy that I know of. 75. A lot of these pennies have seen better days. Can't even read that. Alright, here's another one of those pennies that has that weird sheen. Looks like a holographic sheen on it, but this one's in worse condition. This is a 79. It looks like it's glazed with some kind of coating. Here's a 71. Is this a S? This is a S. S. Pretty cool. Alright. So I'll do the other. I may do this is probably a third of that container. I may just do another third of it probably another day. Here's a 61. Because I could be here forever doing this if I do the whole container. No, I can't even read the year on that one. Oh, it's a 2000. Let's see. Sometimes I'll see, well, back then in the rolls I would catch some dimes. I always like the international ones, like the Canadian or other country coins. That was always cool to find. Does anybody know why the pennies come out on different tones? Is it the amount of copper being used and zinc or nickel or whatever? Or is it just where it's printed? Here's a 79. Because a lot of them come out brown, a lot of them come out more red, and there's several that are in between. This one is bent. There's a 79, but it's bent. That's so funny. Alright. Let's see what we find. Everything good. 72. 73. 70D. Quite a lot so far. Nothing spectacular. There's a 75. The older ones are always better. Here's a 67. If you're enjoying so far, just hit that like button and give it up for pennies. Let's see, what else? 60, Philly. Some of these pennies look like they almost have a mustard color tone to them. Like a yellowish mustard. 78. Oh, 88. 30, can't read it. 76. 81, nope. 2019, 15, nope. Alright, we're almost done with this pile. Nothing too spectacular so far, but we'll see. This one's beat up. I can't even read that. 10, nope. Some of these are so filthy I can't even read the year. Just stick around to the end, and when I'm done with this pile, I'll show you some of the cool pennies that I do have in my collection. My bird just said, "Excuse me." That's funny. Snapple, what is it? You're saying excuse me. What do you want? There's newer ones. I don't know. What do you think of the back of the newer ones? The shields? I don't know. I like the old ones. 1970. '78. Got quite a few already. Most of that, I got a pile of 70. One I'm holding. 2019. Nope. Alright, let's see. Wait, that's a 97. 2019. No. It's a tedious process. Can be fun if you know what you're looking for and if you know what you want. So it's beat up. 1968, but it's beat up badly. These look old. 77, 1960 D. 1960 D. Alright. $19.80, nope. Alright, almost done. What do we got here? 1974. Oh, wait a minute. Did I just throw in a 2009? Oh no, it's a 2002.
Smell, bird.
Bird? What are you talking about? These are really dirty.
Why?
1983. 99. We got a, no, 83 and 84. 2021. What is this one? None of those. Alright. Last pile. Ding. 4.
Alright, well.
67.
Alright, go.
Alright, so I just finished that first pile. These are the ones I found. I didn't see any 1950s from that initial pile. These are all from 60 is the earliest to around 78 or 79. I just pulled them all out. The only oldest penny I found is this King George, Canadian, 1942. See if you can see it there. 1942. It's the only good penny I found, and it's not even American. And then this odd 1993 penny has this weird reflection on it, the sheen. I gotta look more into it, otherwise I'll just throw it back after. Let me show you some of the pennies in my personal collection. Alright, so these two right here I found in a yard sale. Let's see if you can see it. This one's a 1945S. And then this one is an Indian head, 1899. This is my oldest penny. And I picked out some other coins from him. I only paid him about $8 total for everything. For 4 coins. So I'll show you the other 2 coins in another video. They're different, they're not pennies. He had these priced at $4.50 for this one, and I don't know how much for this one, but yeah, I got these much less. And then from my collection, I have these. These are mine, personal collection. Some of them are 2009s. These are 2009s right here. You always want to hang on to them. This is a 9. This is the sitting. I have 2 sitting Lincolns. This is the log cabin one. These are modern, so if you ever see them, just hang on to them. I have one more, yep. Another sitting. I have 3 sittings. I have here, what is this, a 1940p, 44D, 53p, 44p, 54D. This one's in really nice shape. This one right here, I'm thinking of getting that one appraised. It's in really nice shape for a 54D. This is my best looking old penny. I'm thinking about sending that to get sending it to one of those third parties companies. What's this? Oh, this one's older. Wait a minute. Is this a 1918? Holy crap, this is... So this is one of my oldest that I found. It's in pretty beat up shape though. I don't know if you, it looks like a 7, but it's 1918. Yeah, it's in bad shape though, but it's really old. So that's one of the oldest that I found. What else? So that's a 56D right there. This is a 1950P, is beat up. This is a 45P, 56D, 51P, 56P, 56D, 49S, 57D, 42P, 56P, 57P, 56, oh, excuse me, 58P, 53S, that's a 46P, 50P, 48P, is that everything? 44P, 45P, and that's it. So those are my oldest ones that I found from penny hunting in the past. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's penny video. I'll do more in the days to come. Just keep an eye out. Like I said before, I'm going to try and drop off these. I have quarters that I need to drop off at a bank. I'll get to that when I can. And I have to roll up these pennies when I'm done with the jar. I still have quite a lot. Ugh. Quite a lot. It's really heavy. It feels like about half. It's about up to here in pennies, but it's really heavy. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Just hit that like, subscribe to Bird Brain Gaming. Hit the bell notification so you can receive updates on when I post new videos. And I'll see you all next time on Bird Brain Gaming. Later, everyone.